Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new stubbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. We are back with just our imagination, lovies. And this month's items are hair picks, hair brushes, and coffee filters. Okay? So, I don't know how many projects I have for you guys, but we're gonna see what happens here, okay? Because your girl was at a loss, but I'm sure I came up with something. So I'm gonna stop running my mouth, but I wanted to stop by and welcome you guys to the channel. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and hyping. Okay, we know that hype button is really important right now. So once you hit that like button, scroll to your right and smash the hype button. Hype your girl up. All right, I'm gonna stop running my mouth and we're gonna jump into this first project, lovies. All right, see you on the side. All right, lovies. So we're jumping into project number one, starting with these hair picks. So right away, I realized I was trying to melt them down, and I realized like my little crafting heating tool was not going to work, so I had to pull out the big guns to get these to melt down. Now I'm trying to melt them down at an angle, guys. So full disclosure, full disclosure. Every project that I had set out to do did not come out as planned, and this was just all bad. It was all bad. So I'm not particularly proud of any of the projects today. Okay, I'm a little bummed about it, but you know, they're not ugly. They're just yeah. Just that's all I can say. Just But okay, as you just saw right there, what I was doing is once I got them melted down how I wanted, I went in with some white paint, gave them one coat of the white paint. Now you see I'm trimming down our coffee filters, right? I'm just making strips here. Now, when I did this, I quickly realized that I probably should have laid them the other way, but because how my eyes see things, guys, like because of how the pick is made, my eyes instantly went like to put the strips going that way, like horizontal instead of vertical. So once I started doing it, I was like, I shouldn't have did it that way. So basically, so I'm going to try explaining all of this as best I can. So if you guys are still here at the end, I'm going to just say thank you in advance, okay? Because I don't know how to explain what I did throughout many of these projects. Okay, so we had to use the bristles in the plushy part of the brush, but I needed to use the whole brush. Well, I needed to use just the back, but I was like, forget it. I'm just going to use the whole brush, right? And so I was like, I wanted to make an angel. And y'all, I don't know how to explain all this, but hopefully the visual parts of this, y'all can follow along and get where I was going with this, okay? So the hair picks are going to be the wings. And as you can see, they're off in the background. I did that kind of out of order, but I just held the brush up using some large tower tumbling blocks and some of the smaller ones, right? So then next, I went in and I ironed out one of the coffee filters, as you guys saw, using my little mini heat press there. And so that was just so I could use that flat one to cover up the back, which it still looked hideous, but I just kept going. So I started trimming it down, and I mean, trying to make it look like feathers, okay? Like ruffly feather. I don't know. So, all right. So then I'm going to take some of this velvet cloth that you can get, or fabric you can find at Dollar Tree. So I put that on our angel, and of course it started looking like a ghost. So I did a lot of fluffing around, moving around, doing all kind of stuff, guys, and I edited out as much as I could, but some of it just had to stay. So anyway, so Once I get that kind of tack down, I was like, okay, I'm going to tie this off with some furry yarn. So I was like, this doesn't look good, but I'm like, okay, just keep going, because I know with me, like how I start out doesn't always, it's not how I end up. So I was like, well, just keep going, May, and let's see what's going to happen. So I start applying the wings to the back. And of course, this is making this top heavy. So it kept falling over, but in the end, she's standing up beautifully, but she does not look so pretty. But anyway, so I'm just adding it in with some hot glue, because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to rip this thing apart. What's gonna happen? I don't know. Like, it was just not good. That's all I can say. And guys, I'm not beating myself up. I'm not being too hard on myself. I'm just calling it like it is, okay? Because right there, it started looking like a ghost gremlin, okay? And so I was like, what are we doing here? Why are we here in this moment? We are here. We are here to understand the assignment, and the assignment was to use this hairbrush, picks, and coffee filters. So that's what we're here to do today, okay? So then I'm taking one of these furry Chanel stems. That's going to be the halo. So then I was like, okay, now we have to keep it from looking like a gremlin and make it look more like an angel. So I took one of these half beads and put that on top. And I'm like, okay, it's coming together. But still, I'm like, something is not working here. So I added in some more of the furry yarn just to kind of give an outline, but it was just so much white on white on white. And so I'm like, okay, keep going. Y'all know me. So then I was like, okay, well, let's take the piece of the yarn and wrap it towards the back, because now this is going to appear like her arms. I know. Y'all know what I say. Close one eye, tilt your head to the side, and you'll see my vision. I don't know if you guys really will see the vision in this one, but hopefully you will. So right here, I decided, okay, let's take that furry yarn from around the waist. All right. So then I was like, let's make her a little petticoat out of the coffee filters. So the leftover coffee filters from where I cut the little strips down for the wings, I'm going to take that and put that underneath the gown. And so I just held it together using some tape, because it was so many of them. It was like 8 pieces. I'm not going to glue all 8 pieces together. So then I take some of this polyfill, and I'm just going to fill up the top part. And I didn't have to add any glue. I just stuck it right to the brush, and it stuck in there fine. So it does look a little wrinkly, ruffly, a little puffy, but I'm gonna smooth it out, okay? So then it was like, let me add her in some hands. So I took some smaller half beads, put that there, and it was all just running together. Like, it was just, you couldn't really see. So I was like, okay, keep going for now, May. So then I had this gold, I don't know what kind of ribbon it is, but it's some type of wire ribbon that I had in my stash. So I'm going to put that across the front of the gown, underneath the arms, just to try to break up the white. Like, it was so many different shades of white that I was like, okay, I need to break this up a little bit. So that was cool. I was like, okay, that's working. I'm like, it's starting to look like an angel, I think. So then I was like, well, let me tuck in the front part of the gown just to give it more of a poofy look, in because she's going to have like a little train in the back. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just going with it at this point, okay? So I just tack it down to the tower tumbling blocks, and then I just overlap it from the back. All right, so then right here, I was like, okay, let's give her some hair. So I had this gold rope in my stash that I just unraveled 3 pieces of it, and I just gave her some hair. So that worked. So then what ended up happening, and you guys will see as the video goes forward on a lot of the projects, I had different shades of gold. It was just everything that could have went wrong with these projects went wrong, man. I was like, I was so bummed, but it all worked out, okay? I mean, I gave it my all. That's all I can say. So here I decided to stain the hand and the head, just again to break up that white, like all the different shades of white. So here in the back, I wanted to cover up where the picks were. So I just added some more of that furry yarn to the back and just kind of layered it to make it look kind of like hanging wings, if you will. And so I just added in a little hot glue, as you can see there, because even that Chanel stem was just going straight down the back. So I was like, I wanted to hide that as well. That looked okay. And so then right here, I just go in and this is where I ruin her. Okay, so I take some of my Splendid Gold paint and I decide to paint the wings. And as soon as I was done, I was so bummed because it was such a rich gold color. It didn't match the other gold embellishments I had put on there. But that was her. So yes, we are here with our Just Their Imagination, hosted by Brenda from Rustic and Lace and Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs. This month's guest host is Tiffany from Simply Blessed Crafts. I will have their information along with the playlist in my description box below. Check them out. Tell them that Mamie said hello, and I can't wait to see what they have for you guys. All right. So we're jumping into project number 2 very quickly. As you can see here, this is probably the only project that did come out pretty decent. Like with the least flaws, I'll say. So I just had that wood house in my stash, and we're gonna make a gingerbread cabin, okay? That's what it is. So I took some more of those little strips from the coffee filters, and I'm just gonna line wherever there would be like snow. So this is gonna be my snow effect for our gingerbread cabin. Okay, I wanted a gingerbread house. It could still be a gingerbread house, but it reminded me more of a cabin when I was done with it, so I just decided to call it a gingerbread cabin. So I'm just gonna layer those on there. I'm not gonna take you through the process again of just how I did, the picks. It was pretty much the same thing. Like I said, wherever snow, we would have put the faux snow, is where I put the strips of the coffee filter. So next I'm going in with my little snow pin here. Sorry guys, I don't remember where I got this, but if you don't have one of these, you can definitely use some snow text here, or puffy paint will work just as fine. So all you do is you take the pen, you apply it to the surface, add heat, and it poofs up. So that's literally what it does to give that snow effect. So I outlined the door here, and what you're going to see later on is I had 2 little wood square. Oh, well, I'm jumping ahead. Let me wait. So I'm going to add in this little pink peppermint that I had in my stash. But also, guys, I'm going to switch all the pink embellishments that I added here to red and white embellishments. And it makes more sense when you see it in the final reveal. Okay, so just full disclosure there. So I had these little wood squares that I was going to use for the windows. Originally I had painted them white, but decided to stain them in brown. And I outlined them just like I did the door. And now I'm going to take some more of those coffee filter strips, add it to the bottom, just to give, again, that more snow effect wherever we would have put snow. And there you have it, our little gingerbread cabin. So I had these peppermint stickers in my stash. Again, I'm going to switch all of that out to red and white. So right here, I had this little wood wreath in my stash. I had used it on another project because it had glue on it. I guess I didn't like it, so I took it off. But anyway, so I decided to add that here. And that's it for that project. So we're going to move into project number 3. All right. So right here, we're taking this wood hanging piece. I found this at Hobby Lobby. I had it in my stash for a while, but you can get these. I think it was $8.99. You can get them for 40% off. And I really like working with these because they're so cute. You can turn them into risers. You can turn them into wall decor, whatever the case may be. I just like them. So what I did there was I painted the center and the little design part white, and as you see, the beaded part, that middle part, I painted in that Splendid Gold. Now I'm doing some distressing on the outer side of the little designy parts, little squiggly parts there. And just to give it some highlight in that gold. Okay, so then I have this rub-on transfer of these presents with some ornaments laying around them. I thought this was absolutely gorgeous. So right here, I couldn't decide if I want to go horizontal or vertical with this. I ultimately decided to go vertical. Put that right in the center there, and Again, rub on transfer, you apply it to the surface, rub, 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 pull up the transfer sheet, and it sticks to the surface. Now, if it doesn't stick the first time, just lay it back down, rub it some more, and it usually adheres pretty nicely. So there you have it. I should have stopped here, but of course I didn't. So I took some more coffee filters, I had layered them, okay? I painted them in that Splendid Gold paint. Now you'll see I'm cutting down strips, and we're just making some confetti. I wanted to make like some golden snowflakes, right? All right, so then right here, I'm taking a little bit of Mod Podge and applying it to the bottom there. And I'm going to sprinkle some of our confetti on here. Again, should have stopped. I should have stopped, but I was like, no, I want to see more gold flakes. So I added in way more than I should have, but I don't take you through all of that. But I go ahead, add the Mod Podge where needed, added them in, should have left it right there, okay? So then next, I'm going to take some of these stickers. It says Joy, and it's in gold, but again, different shades of gold. So I went from different shades of white to different shades of gold. All right? We have 50 shades of white and 50 shades of gold. Okay, so here I'm just adding in some stickers. Like I said, Joy is in gold. Then I had some other little squiggly stickers that had little pops of red in it. Then I'm going to take this little red sticker. It's a poinsettia sticker. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of that bow. Again, just a little pop of color. Some may not agree with this, but I absolutely love this. And I think it really tied into the piece nicely. Again, should have stopped right there. But me being May, I kept going. All right, so then I decided, let's light this piece up. We need lights because we haven't had lights in the video yet. So I take some fairy lights. Well, first, I pull out my hand drill here, and I'm going to put some holes right at the top of where the little two ornaments are laying. Now I'm going to go in with my fairy lights, okay? And I'm just going to plug those in from behind. I'm going to put a little painter's tape here just to hold it in place while I do all the other stuff that I do. I don't record that because literally I just wrapped that the fairy lights around the outer part right there. Oh, I did leave it in here. Not all of it, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. Once I get all that going and get it tacked down, I remove that painter's tape, tack down that the battery pack. I was trying to say battery and pack together. Anyway, so I didn't like that. Oh my goodness. So right here, okay, so on the brush, it has the little bubble beads on the brush. So I painted those with some of that Splendid Gold paint. And here I was just clipping them off. When I clipped them off, it did take off some of the paint. You can see the little bristles underneath, the little blue parts of it. So I'm just sprinkling those on top to make it look like snow, okay? Then I go in, once I get as many on there as I can, like, until my eyes are cool. So I go back in, and then I just go over them with some more of the Splendid Gold paint, trying real carefully not to touch that white background. Okay, and it worked out. I mean, it is what it is for using a brush and a pick, right? A brush. So then, I don't know what I do next. I don't know, y'all. I don't even know. Oh, I added in some little gold miniature bows to go right above where the lights were, not to cover them up, but just to go over because they were kind of poking out a little bit, so I didn't want them to be so obvious. So then I take some more of that gold rope because I didn't like seeing the silver from the fairy lights, and I outlined that with that gold rope. Again, 50 shades of gold are going on, okay, throughout this video. It was just all kind of colors happening here. So then I'm taking a piece of this greenery, and I'm just going to add it right to the top. Looking at this now, I know I probably shouldn't have added it, but it is what it is, lovies. I'm telling y'all, like, I had a heavy sigh after each project I did because the visions I had, they just didn't happen. It just didn't happen, but it's me. It was all me. Can't blame anybody else. It's just me and my brain just doing what we do. But there you have it. I added in a gold eucalyptus pick, and then the little part in the middle of that was sticking straight out. I didn't like that, so I was like, let me clip that down. and lay it down, but I'm going to clip off the little stubby part that it was attached to first. That's what you see I'm doing right there. So then I'm going to take the little berry piece that was sticking out, and I'm going to lay it flat. I'm going to pull off another one from that other pick sitting right there and lay it on the other side of that. And then I'm just going to finish it off with another one of those miniature gold bows. And I do believe that's going to be it for this project. So I don't know, guys, but yeah, you have to let me know what you think about it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give a shout out to Brenda for sharing this beautiful home sign with me. She's one of my sweet subscribers. She's been rolling with me for quite some time. I absolutely love it, and I love that she used lights to light it up. I had asked her about those letters on there, and I thought they were real wood or something. And she said, those are the letters you sent me last year. I was like, I was like, now I gotta go see if I have more because they're absolutely beautiful. So I love that she shared that with me. So next, we're on terracotta teacup number 40. Y'all, which one are we on? 46, I think. Oh my goodness, I think we're on 46. All right, so right here I had them little ice skates. I don't know where I got those from. I feel like maybe Hobby Lobby. I don't know where I got them from. They were in my stash. But all right, so this terracotta teacup went through all kind of changes. You see there, I was going to paint it in red. I'm sorry, in white and gold. Then I switched it to all white. Then I switched it to white and black. And white and black is where we ended up. But again, my brain was just not comprehending colors for this video. Like, it was just not working. Like, it never works anyway, but it was really not working on this video. But we ended up with black and white. So what you see I'm doing here is taking those little picks that I cut off from the pick, and I just drilled some little holes. I didn't really drill holes. I just used a hot gun, poked some holes in the bottom of the ice skates so I could put the little pick up in there, right? So then I'm taking this wood medallion I have in my stash, which I think it's probably about 3 or 4 inches in length. I went in with my crocodile to put some holes in there because that's going to help to keep our ice skates stable, unlike me, okay? Unstable. And it has clearly been proven in this video today, okay? All right, so going in, putting in another hole, but this is going to be at the front of the skate, okay? And now we're going to just go ahead and get those assembled, and I just put them together with a little bit of hot glue. They're plastic. They're fine. I don't need anything stronger. But, oh, I thought I was getting it situated. Maybe not. Oh, I had to go back and put the hole in. I was trying to line it up first. I had to line it up first to make sure I was putting the hole in the right place. That's what I was doing there. All right. So now we're going to start the assembly process. All right. So then, oh, still not. I still didn't do it. Okay, y'all. So now I had to go back and actually glue the pot on. So for those who are new to the channel, on this channel, we have been doing a terracotta teacup series where we take a terracotta pot, put a handle on it, and turn it into a terracotta teacup, and we have a theme added to it. And we are on terracotta teacup number 46. All right. And this one is ice skates themed. All right. So now, oh, and what I like to do at the end of each video is share all of the terracotta teacups that we've created this far. So thus far, yeah, I can't even talk. That's nothing new though. But I like to share them all at the end of the video. It goes by very fast, so stick around for it. It's a real treat to see. So then I just take, as you saw there, a little macrame ring, cut that in half. I painted that in gold, and I put that on the side of our terracotta pot to turn into a terracotta teacup. Now we're going to start adding in our embellishment, which is a gold tree, a little snowman, a little Santa, a little faux snow. And I just go around the whole perimeter there of that. And then I don't overload it either. I just sprinkle a little bit. Just give it a little razzle dazzle. Not too much, okay? So then I'm going to take this gold wreath. It's a little ornament that I had in my stash. It came from Daiso. And that's in California. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue that to the front of there. And that's going to be it for this piece, lovies. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But I appreciate you guys for riding with me. If you're still here, thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I love you. But here we are in the final reveal, lovies. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, especially commenting because you guys know how I feel about that. All right. And don't forget, Levies, that I am participating in the Just Our Imagination playlist, right? I will have that information in my description box below. We'll have the host channel, co-host channel, as well as that awesome playlist. So stop by and tell them your girl say hello. And here is our poor angel that I ruined. I might go back and paint it white, or I might just trash it, guys, because it looks hideous. I love the concept of it. I think, for using the must use items, I'm pretty impressed with it myself. I shouldn't have did it in gold. I'm bummed about that. But here is our next project, guys. Let me know how you feel about it. I doubt if anybody has a favorite today. And I'm okay with that if you don't have a favorite today. My feelings will not be hurt. I'm a tough girl. I can take it. I think the teacup was pretty cute. I think out of all of them, the gingerbread cabin was cute. I think, okay, so, you know, I just don't know that they're my favorites. I really wanted to pull that angel off, and I'm just kind of bummed about it. But in the end, we got it done. We used the must use items, and that's what matters, right? Right. Yes, that's what matters. But here we are with all of the terracotta teacups that we have created thus far. I hope you guys enjoy them. If you have a favorite one of those, let me know. Okay, I do have several of those that are my favorites. But if you don't, I just appreciate you guys stopping by to hang out with me. It means the world to me, to laugh and chat with you guys. All jokes aside, we have those mishaps when we are crafting, and I know they can happen. I just had an off day. Like I said, the colors were very challenging for me, and it just really messed with my projects at the end of the day, but it's all good. All right. So again, don't forget to check out Brenda and Kathy Joe's channel along with Tiffy's channel over at Simply Blessed Crafts. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm so tongue tied today, but check them out. Tell them I said hello, and don't forget, lovies, to hype the video. It helps out all of us, the smaller content creators, get our videos out there. So we'll definitely appreciate that. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.